So, do you like blondes or do you like brunettes?
Right off the bat, blondes or brunettes question?
Blondes or brunettes. Let's go.
She's married and a little bit crazy.
I'm gonna tell you it's blondes, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I did not see a blonde woman till I was like 19 years old. I grew up in the Southwest. Everybody had black hair, occasionally brown hair. So when I saw a blonde girl in person for the first time, I was like, are movie stars going to this junior college I'm at? Can we talk to them? Is that allowed? So I'm a blonde guy. I have to go with the fact that I'm a blonde guy.
Wow. So you went opposite of what you grew up with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I did.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's interesting.
I was a rebel when it came to women's hair.
Ooh, you were a rebel. You were like, I'm changing my mind over
That's right.
here.
I'm going to piss off my mom. Bring home a blonde girl 19 years later.
It's funny because everyone in my entire family is dark hair, like black or dark brown, except for me.
You're the only one?
Yeah, I was born with like dirty blonde hair. My hair naturally is like ash medium blonde. It's so weird.
Can I ask you a long-haired blonde girl question?
Yeah.
And I want you to be honest.
Yeah.
Do women with long hair look down on women with short hair? I've always thought that they do. Like, because you always hear when a girl gets like a short haircut, they're like, oh, that's cute. And then that's about where it ends. That's it. I have a theory that when a hot girl gets a short haircut, they're bored with themselves. They're like, I'm done looking attractive for the next 6 months. And a hot guy does this, the opposite, when they grow a beard.
Ooh, interesting.
That's what I think the psychological is. So what do you think of women with short hair?
You know, I think that, I personally, I don't have a face for short hair.
You've never had short hair.
I don't know if you remember when we were doing comedy, like before the pandemic, I had cut my hair at one point 2 inches below my shoulder. I felt terrible. I have curly, wild, massive,
You felt terrible with short hair?
Wild hair.
I think we have our answer.
Horrible. My face just looks like a football, okay? But I personally am a long hair girl fan. Like, I love long hair. So I don't know how I feel about girls with, but my younger sister has a tiny face and looks so cute with short hair, but she doesn't do it. She has long hair.
There's that word again. She looks cute.
Cute. There you go.
Who's your long-haired idol?
My long hair idol?
Is there someone with long hair where you're like, that's the hair I want. That's my ideal hair.
No.
No, you don't have one?
I don't have a long hair idol. It's long hair for me is less work because it drags the wildness down of my hair. Like, I wash my hair once a week. Is
that normal?
No, probably not for most people, but the texture of my hair can't be washed a lot or it'll just dry and frizz out.
So much upkeep with women's hair.
It is. Women are just a massive amount of upkeep.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on women's hair.
Yeah. How do guys wash their face with Dove soap every day and not age is what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. We're just genetically predisposed. But on the flip side, we do die earlier. So we just burn hot, Betsy.
Yeah.
That's it. We just burn hot and we're gone.
I have a theory that men die earlier because women really need a break. Like if there's this God out there, he was like, let me make these sons of a guns die earlier so this bitch can relax, let her underarm hair grow, not wax her bikini line, and go through the pain of being a woman because there's so much pain in being a woman.
Maybe that was nature's retirement party for women, is when the husband dies.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, now we can like let loose.
Yeah, totally. By the way, today on the podcast is Patrick Ramirez, who is a friend of mine, a very hilarious comic. And I thought I should intro you before we keep going in the conversation because you and I have known each other for a while and we could talk for 6 hours and go on and on and on.
Yeah. Did we start? Sorry.
Everybody always says that. Did we start? Because we're constantly just...
I knew we had started.
No, you know. And I was on your podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the studio.
Yes.
A lot of people zoom in. You came in.
It was running it back, and I talk about working at Hooters a lot.
Yes. A lot of feedback from the Hooters talk.
Was there a lot of feedback? Because I was like, I'm going to write jokes about working at Hooters, and now it's in my set from doing that podcast.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, because there's so much funny stuff about Hooters, like, that I never really put in my set, but, like, yeah, I mean, the truth is my tits got me through life when I was younger.
I think you need to retitle your podcast now, Betsy. To that. My tits got me through life. What's the Hooters like protocol with the uniform? Because it's very defined. You have to wear the uniform. So you get hired. When do you get it? When do you get the shorts and top?
Oh my God. So
Do you have to pay for those?
No, I don't think you pay for the first one, but then after that you get like a discount. You buy as many tops as you want, but you're so covered in grease and like hot sauce that like the tops get hot sauce on them, so they'll orange.
Yeah, because they're just white.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get stained.
Oh God, yeah, especially dealing with that type of food,
I would imagine there's a lot of former Hooters employees that you could like write a book about the trials and tribulations of being a Hooters employee.
I could write a series of books. Let's put it that way.
Really?
And most of my best friends and my lifelong friends have all been Hooters girls.
Yeah.
I mean, I have met some of the best people, most loyal people. Like, it was like being in a sorority, okay, of the best girls you would ever meet that come from every walk of life.
Yeah. I could really see that because probably working at Hooters, you're probably of similar age.
Yeah.
First of all, so you're probably of similar parts of your lives. So it's like an extended like college or like graduate school kind of like vibe. Like you said, it's like a sorority.
It's like a total...
You all become kind of friends. I had jobs like that after college where you're all friends. Everybody's like within 5 years of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could get that where you're like, oh, what's everybody up to? Like, oh, you're dealing with sort of similar life stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then in the premise of a Hooters.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're dealing with life stuff, issues, and the whole time your tits are hanging out.
I've always said that.
You better be comfortable with people staring at your boobs if you want to.
That's true. That's true. Is that in the employee manual?
It should be. There is no employee manual because everything's like, literally, everybody's like, oh, he sexually harassed me. It's like, we're working at Hooters and Daisy Dukes. Like,
Oh, really? There was a little bit of reality check?
oh my gosh.
I got harassed. Like, you're at
It was
Hooters,
crazy.
bitch.
There was always a lawsuit at Hooters. So let's get into you.
All right.
Because I'm really interested in the fact. So, like, you are in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am.
So explain to me, how does that even happen? Are you traveling and meet someone? Like, how did you meet this long distance relationship?
A couple of years ago. Well, I did all the apps forever. I was on the apps before I moved to Los Angeles, and then I was on them for a while, and then I quit them all. I hated them. I went on some bad apps dates. One, I met, and she didn't look anything like the picture, and I toughed it out. I was like, all right, we'll go to the dinner. I toughed it out.
Okay.
And then when the dinner was over, she did the thing where like, all right, where to next? And I ran away. I was like, I got to get out of here. I ran away.
Did you like really run, or did you go, I gotta go?
Well,
Or
I
did
said,
you
like,
run?
I was like, I got to go. I got to wake up early tomorrow. But it was like 6:15.
And you were like, bye.
Yeah, and I ran away. I had to get out of there. I
Oh.
was like, I got to get out. I got to get out. So I ran away from that one. One of them got mad at me because, she said I didn't see the true meaning of Star Wars. I said, oh, yeah, that's a cool movie. That was a good movie. And she's like, oh, didn't you see how it was like such and such election? I'm like, no, I like the lasers, and that was pretty cool. And she got mad at me. And I was like, oh, this might be a red flag.
Okay, so she was a Star Wars freak?
Maybe.
I mean, that's weird.
That
Then you
was
should
weird.
just put on your app, like, if you don't know the true meaning of Star Wars, don't swipe right.
Would have saved me like $60.
Oh my God, you have to pay for all these dinners?
I was in a lot of pain. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I always think about that. I feel so sorry for guys because they just have to pay for all this shit. You know?
Paid for a lot of shit.
Yeah. A lot of bad dates you paid for. Ooh.
I know. I paid for them.
Oh my God.
I'm a hero. Humanitarian.
Yeah, that is a humanitarian. Talk about doing charity work.
Yeah.
Paying for dinner for weirdos. Okay.
Yeah. I'm so glad I've never run into any of them like afterwards.
Well,
You know,
LA's
so-
kind of big.
It's kind of
so
big.
it's
So
like-
yeah. So you don't have to worry that too much. But so I went back on the apps for a little while. And one day I matched with a girl and we got to talking, and it was a nice conversation. And then she said, well, I'm actually just here visiting Los Angeles. I was like, oh, you're just
my
visiting.
God.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So I thought this will be a fun weekend time to chat, and it'll probably not go past that. But it continued past when she went back home to Chicago where she lives.
Oh, she's cool then. Chicago
Right.
people are
Right.
cool.
And
okay.
I have family in Chicago, so I know the city very well.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, this doesn't mean it's going to be over. So we'll continue chatting. We'll see how it goes. And then maybe a month or two later, we plan to meet. I went there.
Do you stay with her when you go there? Like you obviously are talking, you're dating. So do you like stay at her place when you visit the first time, or did you get a hotel?
Well, my brother lives in Chicago.
Okay.
So I knew if it
Oh!
went bad, I could bail. And then she later told me she knew if it went bad, she could bail too. Because she's like, okay, he's going to stay somewhere else. I can bail back to my place, or he can bail back to his place. She told me that much later too.
This planning the bail.
Yeah, I know.
Planning the bail.
You have to plan your. Yeah, it's like I heard Pat
No.
runs away from women.
Yeah,
They don't look like their
obviously you
picture.
do run and you're already planning and she's planning.
I'm a
I would
runner.
have been like,
I have a
no,
runner's
if
body.
you've been wasting my time for 6 months on the phone
Mm-hmm.
and you're coming to visit, stay at my place. You're not going anywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
if I don't like you anymore, I'll torture you for the weekend. Okay, so because
Mm. I didn't even think of
literally,
that.
yeah, because you've been taking her time talking to her, and you guys have been spending this. Okay, so you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
stay, so you don't stay with her, and then you guys go out
And it
hang
continued.
out.
It was good. Spent like the weekend time, had a good time. And then after that, like I knew it was going pretty good. I was like, oh, this is a good match. We seem to like have same demeanors, very easygoing. You would, these days it's easy to communicate.
Yeah.
You can
No,
text little
obviously.
things throughout the day.
FaceTime.
You can FaceTime.
Yeah.
You can chat on the phone when someone's in the car.
Have you ever FaceTimed her in the morning to see what she looks like when she wakes up?
Oh, I didn't think of that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to get on the FaceTime. I want you on there. I'm going to send you Zoom requests and I want your camera on. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's a good one because think
Well,
about
what
it.
if I look bad though in the morning?
Yeah, but everybody looks crazy in the morning. It's the morning,
Right.
but you
It's the
gotta
morning.
know.
Yeah. Okay.
You
That's a
gotta
good point. You
know.
got to know these things.
Right. I mean, you're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because you think about it like you are dating this guy. One night you just go home, hook up with him, and you roll over to each other and you see each other in the morning. It's interesting on long distance relationships. You don't have that, you
No,
know?
you don't. Yeah. There was a lot of like face-to-face stuff we had to like figure out. Like sometimes your brain or your body knows when you're in the presence of someone if you're compatible. Because
Right.
one time I went out with a girl and I swear to God, Betsy, she smelled.
Yeah, I do
She
too.
smelled.
I feel sorry for her. I
She
wear
had a
natural
smell.
deodorant and I always stink. I just don't get it.
She smelled. The pheromones were not compatible. I had to get the hell out of there. I didn't run away from that one, but I knew.
Poor girl's probably trying not to get cancer, wearing natural deodorant just like me. I'm like, I stink.
She had some Toms of Maine on.
Yeah.
Poor girl. She just smelled.
Poor girl.
My brain knew it.
Oh my
smelled.
God. Why
So,
didn't
yeah,
you
the
just spray some
face-to-face.
extra cologne on you and give her a big bear hug?
Oh, that's what I should have done. Maybe I smelled. Maybe I was emitting this. Yeah. Yeah. So we like the face-to-face stuff, the in-person stuff was good.
Yeah.
And then it just continued. It kept getting it was like from right away. It's a very easy relationship. And she was like, okay, next I got to come visit LA.
Oh.
And that was great because I got to be like the little tour guide around LA.
Yeah.
And you're the little drive around. I've lived here a long enough time where I knew all the streets. I was like, you're going to take the Pat Ramirez Hollywood tour. I'm like, oh, there's where a homeless guy chased me. But it was like, my story is like, there's where I saw Darth Vader get in a Corolla from Hollywood Boulevard. And there's where my car got towed. Like I got the little tour of it.
Yeah.
And like from a guy's perspective, the girl is at least somewhat interested when she is like allowing you to rant and she's not annoyed.
Yeah.
You know, because if she was not interested, she'd be like, all right, enough of this.
Well, let me tell you something. Girls put up with a lot in a relationship, and then you get married, and we're like, don't throw food down the sink anymore.
Right. There's probably so many things
Yes.
about me now she thinks are funny and endearing.
Yeah.
But in 2.5 years.
It's hard to live with someone, though. And then their little things aggravate you. Like when you visit her or if she visits you, have you guys ever forgotten a toothbrush and then let her use yours or you use hers? Like, have you? Or are you so...
Trying to think if something like that has come up where someone forgets something. Like not a toothbrush. I think there was a deodorant. Someone forgot a deodorant once.
And then you had to share.
You had to share a deodorant. I think there was some of that.
Yeah.
So, but not a toothbrush. That's a
No.
pretty...
I forget a
that's a
toothbrush.
deal. Would you share a man's toothbrush?
I use my husband's toothbrush, but I don't even ask him. I just use it. I forget
Does he
my
know?
toothbrush, and I'm like, I forgot my toothbrush again.
Does he know you use
I
his
don't
toothbrush?
care if he knows.
What about a razor?
Yeah, I've used his razor, before too.
Razor's pretty
And he's
innocuous,
like,
I
did you
think.
use my razor? I'm like, shut up.
Do you share shampoos and conditioners?
No,
You
because
got
I
your own.
have I use the subscription shampoo.
You have a subscription
Yeah,
shampoo.
I know.
Why do I believe that?
No, because I have a certain type of hair.
Back to hair.
My hair looks very soft because I put heat on it, but like it's not
Put heat
naturally
on it.
like.
What do you mean you put heat on it?
Well, like curling irons,
Oh,
flat
I
iron,
see.
stuff like that to like tame it down, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So like, are you like, how long have you guys been together?
I think coming up on 2 years.
What, 2 years?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Okay. 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. And
Why?
it's
Why do you have
serious
that reaction?
because that's a long time.
Uh-huh.
Like, how do you feel about ultimatums? Like, if she gives you I mean, how do you feel about ultimatum?
In general?
Yeah.
I'm for them. I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's come up a little bit. We
Yeah.
talk about who would potentially move one day.
Yeah.
So we chat about it a little bit. I get the most direct questions from my own family, like what's going on. Like I get the what's going on from them.
Yeah, of course.
You know, the most.
Absolutely. They're
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
Yes, I get the
Let's move this thing forward.
yeah.
right?
I get the questions from them. She doesn't express that, at least not to me, that
Yeah.
directly. Seems very happy with
How
what we
things
have
are
now.
going.
But it's progressing to deciding who might move where at some point. I think
yeah.
at some point it will happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it is both are open to it. But yeah, my family grilled me about it. They're
Do
like,
you-
what's
well-
going on here?
I don't blame them. I would grill you too, and I'm not even your family. I love
Yeah.
grill. Like, when are you going to marry her?
Yeah, I thought it was weird when the one guy off the street said it to me. You're right.
No.
No, he didn't.
No, okay. I was like, did he really?
Yeah,
It's
I
so
got
funny.
it from my sister-in-law. She was like, "What's going on?
Oh.
What's the topic?"
Women hate to see
It's a
guys
women
waste
thing.
other women's time.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that was her mindset.
Yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
pet peeve of ours. But a lot of women today don't want to get married. It's so interesting. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, girl, stick to that old fashioned way.
Uh-huh. Right.
Hold him accountable. Like, let's make him do the deed.
What do you mean do the deed?
Like-
Ask for the marriage?
Yeah, be locked in.
Got to be locked in.
Yeah.
Well, I could see that.
Yeah,
It's two different perspectives: marriage to a man, marriage to a woman. Also,
Yeah.
age too. You know,
Yeah.
men aren't concerned with the age thing like women are.
No, we're always concerned with age thing,
we're
especially like for me, I've never like I've always been like since I was younger. Like if I have a kid, I would probably adopt. I've
Yeah, you said
always
that.
thought that. Yeah,
Really?
I've never really thought, man, I'm gonna have my own kid.
You
No,
want to have your own kid?
no,
You
I
gonna get a
don't.
rescue?
Yeah, I'll probably get a rescue.
Yeah, you rescue dogs. This makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
You would get an adopted kid. Would you like go pick it out?
Yeah, I would
I
be
don't think you
like-
can pick out the kid.
The problem is I have not adopted a kid because I'm really scared to collect kids the way I've collected dogs.
yeah.
I will be like, oh my God, there's a kid who needs a home.
I need another one. Like you'll see one at the grocery store and be like, I need another kid.
Could you imagine? Like, I would just, and first of all, like, I'm being honest with you. Like, I think about things like having a kid I really do the thinking of like, I have to give that a bath every night. Oh my God, I don't even want to take a bath every night.
Yeah.
If I'm tired and I don't feel like showering, I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to shower.
When are you going to wash your hair, Betsy?
I know, exactly. Like, and then I've got to wash this one's hair too. I'm like, oh, I mean, I think of those exhausting things.
Yeah. Well, did you ever have that moment when you were a kid and you got old enough and you realized your parents were exhausted with you?
My
as a
mom
kid?
let me know she was exhausted with me. She told me off all the time. She was like, you motherfucker, get over here.
So you knew from an early age that it was difficult to raise kids.
Yeah, because I had a single mom.
I see.
And she had all these kids. Like, there were 4 of us, and my brother was much older. And it was just like, it was like my house was like a constant zoo. It was so
Yeah.
tiny. We slept with my mom till we were like grown. We still
Really?
still sleep at mom.
Is your mom here right now? Can we talk to her?
Yeah, my poor mom. We've driven my mom crazy her whole life, and we're, you know, I mean, it's hard because we're so close to her. We're obsessed with her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I get that now at my age with like my parents at their age. My parents are about 70. I get it now where like, I'm like, what are you guys going to do? Like, I'm concerned for my parents. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you guys should drive across the country. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if you guys should do like, I get like that sort of feeling.
Yeah.
With them. But I remember when the first time I realized parenting was difficult, like me and my brother were a similar age. Spent the whole afternoon with my dad, drove him nuts, all that stuff. And some point in the afternoon, he just went to take a nap and left us by ourselves. We're like, why is Dad napping? We're about to get Domino's. Why is he taking a nap? I'm like, oh, he's tired. Like, this is like difficult. He drove us around, played with us, did all this stuff. And like, he's like, I got to go take a break from these guys.
Yeah. I
And he
hear.
took a nap.
Yeah, no kidding.
He was just gone. Like, he was like, where's Dad? Oh, he's in his room sleeping.
Now you get it.
Now I get it.
Now you get
Yeah.
it. Kids are, my friends have kids, and I'm like, I mean, I do a lot. I mean, doing stand up, you already know, like, you're busy all the time.
Yeah,
I feel like.
at odd
and
hours too.
odd hours, and your sleep is always off. So you'll be up 3 nights till 2 in the morning. You know, I mean, it takes a
Stand up is
toll.
so taxing. You're right, especially in the realm where you're trying to get to a level. Say
Yeah.
you're trying to get from the start house.
But when are you never trying to get to a level and stand up?
Sure,
There's
that's a good
always another level and another level and another level and another here and another there and another 15 minutes and another 20 minutes and another this and another that. I feel like it's like the never ending story that, like, it's like in acting. You go on auditions, you book co-stars, guest stars, and then you're a series regular. And then you're going to have a career from there. Stand up, it's like, you're writing the show, you're directing it, you're producing it, and you always have to like top this or top that, or like it's never, you know what I mean?
it kind of gives you like a perspective when you hear that. You'd be like, all right, nobody's happy. You're like, I should at least try my best at whatever level I'm at now.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I think I want to be here, but the guy here wants to be there. So I might as well just keep pushing on and trying to slowly improve at my own pace. But it would be nice to see that progress from time to time, because there is no graduating from a freshman to a sophomore, sophomore to a junior in the stand-up world. You just, sometimes for people it goes very fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes for some people it goes very slow, and sometimes in the middle.
Yeah.
There is no roadmap.
And then it goes really, like, I talk to people all the time who are like killing it, and then all of a sudden not, and then
Yeah.
are again, and then not. It's just such a up and down.
Sometimes
know?
you see or like you'll be going to the same shows with the same group of people, and it's been 3 years, and then you go, what happened to that guy? Oh, he doesn't come around anymore. So like the fading away kind of
Yeah.
like makes you kind of sad, because then you get the perspective like, oh, you could just stop this and the train would just keep on going without you.
Yeah. It is weird.
Yeah,
it is a weird
and
thing.
it is a little intimidating like that too. Like, am I ready to quit, or should I keep showing up?
Yeah, like, why wouldn't you're so funny? You have that joke about your nationality that's like getting all those views, and it's just
Oh yeah, I don't know how
I
that's
use
happened.
it, but it's so funny. Like, I've seen you for so long, like run like at Flappers and all over, and like you do really well. Like, you're so funny.
Not the other night, I didn't.
But, it's just weird because it's like everybody has an off night at work, right? Like you can go to work and just have a shitty day at work. And people forget that sometimes people are just having a bad day.
Yeah,
and
that's true. You need to do it for a while to know that you can have off days, and it doesn't mean you're terrible.
Yeah, because when you start, like we're around so many people and you see these huge people and you're like, oh, bad day at work. Wow. How'd that happen to him? You know what I mean? And you're like, whoa.
That is an interesting one. When you move here, well, I started comedy in Salt Lake City where I lived. So I would see the weekend shows and I would watch all the headliners come through and you would see their hour set and it was great.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, wow, this is so awesome. And then I moved here to LA. So, all right, day one, I'm going to Comedy Store open mic, improv open mic, and I'm going to stay for the whole night, watch the whole show. And you get to watch these people who have seen at the highest level do mediocre.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't know such and such could do mediocre. I didn't know such and such would fumble through a bit. Oh, I get a little bit of how this process works now. So it is eye-opening in that regard that you can see the best of the best still work out and practice
because
and
that's
have
the
ups
thing.
and downs.
That's the thing about the job. The job is always starting from the ground up again. You're on the ground building something. It's like being a contractor. You're always building a new house. Like you're building that set. You gotta work on it, write it. I mean, direct it. Like you're not just telling. It's like a contractor. What's the floor gonna be? What's the walls? Like what sink are we gonna put in this house? What's this? Because it's
like
a
these
different
doorknobs?
house now.
It is a constant process. The funny
Yeah.
part in the creative, though, is it's so subjective. You're building a house, it needs to be to code and not fall down. In the creative world, you're like, I think this is really good. These people think it sucks. Who's right? But no one's really right. No one's really wrong. It's very difficult to quantify what you're actually producing. You have the audience.
I see people
to
say
tell
to
you.
me, I think a joke's funny. And I could relate to something like this, let's say. And I'll see a joke and I'll be like, oh, that's a funny joke. But somebody else next to me is like, I don't get it. Like, I'm not, because it might not be relatable to them.
Yeah. Stand-up is the weirdest art form because you write it, you think of it, you run it through your head, you perform it, and then you get off stage and the first words out of your mouth to your friend is, how'd I do? You haven't like, we don't know.
I know. Well, it's like you get on stage and then there's all this laughter and you're like, but is it really that funny?
Yeah.
Like, could it be funnier? I was like,
I've had that before.
Yeah, but it's so funny because it's just like, I just think in general, you're either the type of person that beats yourself up to be the best you can be, or you're the type of person that just will sit satisfied with whatever. And I don't think there's like a rhyme or reason that works for this. It's just
there
like,
really isn't.
it's like, I don't know. I look at stuff and I'm like, is that ever that funny when I see stuff? It's like, I don't know. You see so much.
Yeah. You definitely see a lot of it, and it's hard to not like lose that sensitivity. Like you see some funny stuff and you're not laughing.
Yeah,
or,
because
you're
lost,
you're used to yeah. It's
You're just
very
like,
weird like that.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
just like life, that maybe is not fair. It just is.
Yeah,
stuff happens. It just is, and you got to like keep on rolling.
Yeah, it's like when you're building mansions as a contractor, you're like, oh, this is another mansion. No, I mean, I don't know if it's better than the other one. It's a good mansion because you're not even really laughing anymore. You're
you have
just
no
like,
mansion
oh, that was
sensitivity.
funny. Yeah,
you've seen every marble counter you can.
Right, exactly. Like, where is this?
Another infinity pool? Get out of here.
It is so funny, right? So back to dating.
You're fascinated with this.
I am
I'm
fascinated.
going to put you in touch with my sister-in-law. You can be on the thread where you ask me ultimatums to move.
Well, have you seen the show, The Ultimatum?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, I saw the first one.
Okay. Would you ever take someone on that show, The Ultimatum?
I don't think I would.
No, I would. Are you kidding? I would lose my freaking. Do you see those girls getting on like, I'm so ready to date?
Yeah.
And then
that was a weird concept. Like, didn't that start like in the 2000s? We had like Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire? And Joe Millionaire. Yeah. And like, are these women really want to get married in the next 4 to 6 weeks? Like, I never seen a dude who was like, I just got to get married. It's, it's the women's perspective.
But they've been with these guys for years.
On the ultimatum. Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. On the
They've been
ultimatum
like
one.
a year or two and they're like, I want to have a kid. I want to do this. And like, what is this person doing? My husband thinks that I gave him an ultimatum. I did not give you an ultimatum. I just said, we have been together for, it had been like a year and maybe a year. And I just said, like, I just want to let you know, like, in a year and a half, if you're not thinking of moving forward, that's fine. But I'm breaking up with you because I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone who's like making up their mind. Like, I'm not taking, and you're like in a long distance relationship. It's probably different, but like, these are my weekends. This is my time. Like, if I'm living here and spending all of my weekends with you and like, then I'm not going to keep going after so much time. And he's like, oh, Betsy gave me an ultimatum. Betsy tried to, and I'm like, Steve,
Is your husband a smoker?
Is he what?
Is he a smoker? He had a very deep voice.
Oh,
so you're a year in.
You don't realize
But
that's how all men sound.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the female man impression. We get very deep. So
Y'all
you're a
are-
year in. That sounds like a fair question.
It's just a fair
And what was his
thing.
response to it?
He was just like, well, I'm kind of on the same page. And I'm like,
Oh.
okay. And then
But that's good.
the day he proposed to me, we were on a hike and he was trying to propose to me for weeks, but it wasn't working. He used to be so busy at work. It was like impossible for him to get a minute. He took me on a hike with my sisters and I was like, I don't want to wake up and go on a hike. I worked all night. I am so tired. My sisters were like, no, we want to go on a hike. And I was like, y'all are so annoying. Me and my sisters lived together. So we all went on the hike and then I was teasing him going like, oh, Steve's dragging his feet. And that was the day
That
he
was the
proposed to me.
proposal. How long after the ultimatum or what you asked him was the proposal hike?
Probably like 7 months.
7 months. Okay.
Yeah, 5 to 7 months.
Where was this hike? Was this here?
It was in Will Rogers, and I love that
Oh.
I am not a hiker, but I hike now with him a little bit. Like, I am not a wild girl, like out in the wilderness, like trying to climb a mountain. Do you know what I mean? But like, even if I'm good at it, I don't want to do it. I'm not good at it. I fall down on hikes. Like, I just suck. Yeah, I'm very clumsy on hikes. I slide down the rocks.
Really?
The only reason I do a hike is because it really gets your butt in shape. So like if I go on a trip, I'll be like, well, I'm not working out. I'll do a
You're gonna hike.
I'll hike.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Isn't this because everything's like so? Let's just be real. Like every girl's only hiking because it really does lift your butt.
Yeah. Some reason girls in hiking exploded in the last 10 years.
Yeah, because
I
it
never
gives
heard
you a
about
great
anybody
butt.
hiking when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
I
No
know.
one went hiking.
No.
You walked to 7-Eleven and like that was it.
Yeah.
The
I
hiking is
mean,
blown up.
I'm from New Orleans. We like barbecue or like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
we
It's-
like just chill and drink. But
it's an age thing too.
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, I grew up in Texas. There was no hiking.
no.
It was like I'm gonna walk. Why?
Yeah. In Louisiana, our butt workout is twerking. Like,
Right. Twerking, then
Yeah.
Hooters.
everybody in LA is so outdoors.
That's true. It's an outdoorsy town.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I lived in Salt Lake City for almost 10 years. And when I moved there, I never knew half the outdoors activities you could do. I never heard of an indoor rock climbing gym when I first moved there. Just so of the town, people liked recreation.
And my
So that's gotta
husband
have something to do
climbs
with it.
mountains, and he took me to the indoor rock climbing, and I'm
Indoor
scared
rock
of
climbing
heights.
is so dumb.
I did it, and he's like, "Look how good you are! Look at you climb. We need to do this. You need to be." I said, "Steve, just because I'm good at something doesn't mean I want to do it."
That's right, Steve. Yeah. The indoors, he's the outdoorsy one.
He's
And you're
because
not.
he's from California, which is great
Oh,
because
yeah,
we're
you
never.
told me he rides a mountain bike.
Yeah.
Can I still have him send me a picture of his mountain bike? I want to see what he has.
Oh, he's got like 3.
Oh,
he's like a
I need to see
psycho,
these.
but this is all he does is like trail run, mountain bike. Does
I'm going
like
to become
marathons.
friends with your husband.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're going to become friends with my sister-in-law. I need to see your husband's
Yeah, you should
mountain
be.
bike.
He's a funny guy. My mom's like, he's funnier than you.
Oh, really?
Well, he's a really quick and smart, funny, and him and my mom have a lot of banter. She's like crazy, and I'm just like more goofy and like imitate all of them.
Is your mom still watching nonstop TV?
Non-stop.
Nonstop TV?
Non-stop.
What does she
Like,
watch?
I realized you asked me on your podcast, Betsy, you claim, like you own being crazy. Why are you
Right.
crazy? And I figured out why I'm
Oh,
crazy.
really?
Yeah.
You had some self-discovery?
My mom fell asleep in her chair watching soap operas, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, Mom, I have been watching this shit since I was a kid, and like, I am so tired of watching this, and you won't let us turn it off, and you want me to be here and hang out with you, and you're falling asleep during it. I was so aggravated. But then the whole time I'm listening and I'm imitating the actress, which, well, okay, I'm just concerned about you getting back with her because she slept with your dad and she slept with your brother. Well, I slept with your brother too, and I'm like, this is why I'm crazy, because I've been listening to women and watching guys going back.
Oh,
and
you were
forth.
influenced by soap operas and TV.
Totally.
That makes sense.
And that is why I am probably psycho.
Well, you do the you do the crazy stuff. You have the crazy reactions, but I don't think you are a crazy person.
No, I'm actually, well, I am goofy. I'm very hyper. I have a lot of energy.
Okay, yeah, I see.
But,
So you've harnessed the power then. Were you
Yeah.
like a drama queen in high school?
I don't even know how to describe high school as me. Everybody was dressed normal. I worked at a consignment store. I was dressed like a 70s girl wearing crepe bell bottoms, like all vintage clothes. I was a freaking
So you're
weirdo.
a little bit of a outlier.
I was
a little bit of a rebel.
I was an oddball. I was like, I don't know what I was in high school. It's really interesting. But I was friends with everyone in high school. Like, I got along with every group. I was probably really overly nice because I was super poor. And I went to this, like, I was like the free kid at the Catholic school. So when I went to high
I went to
school, it
Catholic
was
school.
like in grammar school. And everybody had money and I didn't. So I had to develop a personality. So my personality was wild and crazy and goofy and funny. And that's how I became friends with people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're like very social.
Totally
in that regard.
social.
Not crazy, but you're like a social person.
Yeah.
You're very outward.
Yes.
Is how I would describe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
you like
feel-
the crazy stuff. Like you like to like turn it on when you need to.
Oh, well, I love to still go out dancing and be crazy. My husband's like, stop, you got to like, you cannot be a 20-year-old forever, Betsy. Like, it's 1 a.m. I'm like, I know, but like, we live in this neighborhood now and we should go walk to the bars. And he's like, I'm going to bed.
Steve.
I know.
I'm gonna ride my mountain bike tomorrow, Betsy.
Yep, he's got to
Yeah.
ride his mountain bike. And that's why I have girlfriends. So I can be like, let's
makes
go
sense.
out. I know.
Yeah.
And now my friends are getting tired. I'm like, you guys are boring. What am I going to do? Make younger friends?
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
I know.
Gotta go back and work at Hooters.
I know. I got to go
Make
back.
some new younger friends.
There's Hooters are still around.
They are, right? I haven't seen one in a long time.
They're not very popular with the feminists.
No, I wouldn't think so. What about a feminist Hooters? Why don't somebody create that business idea?
Well, did you see the Miller Lite ads where they're basically Miller Lite is apologizing for using girls in bikinis to like
Oh, yeah, I
promote
did
their
see that.
beer.
Yeah.
And they have girls in turtlenecks.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a market for this.
Yeah.
Feminist Hooters.
The feminist Hooters.
Yeah.
What would they wear?
Yeah. Turtlenecks. Turtlenecks and
Yeah.
something sensible, or, only hire college graduates. This could be something very liberating.
Listen, there's like
the food would be terrible.
what was it called? Was it a Hooters Vegas bikini pageant? It was something. It was like a
not the
Hooters
Vegas I know.
like Miss Hooter. I don't remember what it was. It was years ago, and I remember seeing there was a woman who was in politics that worked at Hooters, and she was like, "Had I never worked at Hooters, I would never be in politics today." Like, and she said she met all of her best friends there. I feel like people have this like wrong idea of yes. I mean, obviously, you're kind men go to Hooters to see tits and ass. But like,
I've heard, yes.
yeah. Listen, let me tell you, Hooters has saved me a lot of money. I've gotten out of tickets from cops because
yeah.
the chief of police would sit at my table and order chicken wings for
Yeah.
the lunch. Like,
Yeah, if I were you and I worked at Hooters, I'd never take off the uniform.
oh yeah,
I would go shop to the grocery store in the
my God.
uniform. I would never take it off.
Oh.
I would leave it on all the time.
Oh my God, that's like wearing a bikini everywhere. Could you imagine? Like it's so. Oh man, I just remember like smelling like a fried.
Restaurant. You come home from a shift at a restaurant. You smell like the food. There's no getting around that.
No, there's no getting around it. It's
Yeah.
so crazy. You know, it's like even when I go to eat at certain places, I leave and I'm like, ugh.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, you stink like the food.
Yeah, I used to work at many bicycle stores, and you would smell like the rubber of the tires. You know, when you walk
wow,
in,
you smell like the rubber. So you walked in a room smelling like a condom.
I
pretty
smelled
much.
like a condom. Oh, like a tire shop. You know, when you go into a car tire shop,
Yeah.
you know that smell.
Yeah.
It's similar in a bike store.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would kind of smell like that.
Oh my God,
It'd smell
that's
like
so
that,
funny.
like rubber tires.
So since you're in this long distance relationship and you might be moving
back to that.
forward, I would like to blindfold you and ask you if you know what a few items are.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is related to the long-term
It's
relationship.
related to the long-term relationship. It's
geez.
just like, let's see
Is
if
my sister-in-law gonna walk in while I'm blindfolded?
I don't know.
Shake her finger.
But I
at
would
me?
like to see if you could guess what certain items are. Because if you live with
Okay.
a girl, you're going to be running into these items and finding. So close your eyes or put that on and close your eyes. And let's see if you can guess.
I'm very nervous about this. Oh,
what certain things are. Okay. Okay.
okay.
Here's one.
I'm totally blind.
What is this? Feel it, touch it. What do you think that would be?
Okay. All right. I think I know what it is, but it seems like there's another part of it that would be
Okay.
missing.
Take a
Okay.
guess.
I think this is one of those bras that doesn't have straps on it. Hold on.
Oh my God, I can't even believe you know that.
Yeah.
It is.
Am I
It's
right?
a sticky bra. It
Oh.
sticks on your boob.
Well, I didn't know this. By the way, I'm going to leave the blindfold on for the rest of the day.
I love you in the blindfold, by the way. This is so great. I've never put anyone in a blindfold in my life. I'm
I
feeling
only
good.
know that because my girlfriend educated me that is a thing.
I love
And, like,
your girlfriend.
This is what you wear when you wear like such and such dress. And I looked at it like it was a piece of magic. Like I I touched like the rubbery side of it to see if my skin would stick to it. I think she got a kick out of it that I was looking at it like it was some sort of science experiment. So I was right. That was like a sticky bra.
Yeah, it was a sticky bra. Okay, what is this? Let's see.
I know what this is.
What is it?
This is is this a tampon? Yeah. Yeah, well, this is the string thing.
I guess the string gave it away. Damn, but would you have guessed if it didn't have the string?
I could have I think I could have got that.
Oh, man.
What? Well, I've never actually put my hands on one of these things.
You've never?
No.
Okay, let's take your blindfold off and let's see. You've never put your hands on a tampon.
Well, I don't think I have.
It's so funny. You never have to worry about that.
They're blue?
Do you They're blue.
I didn't know they could be blue.
Yeah, they are blue.
Interesting.
Interesting, right?
What is this?
Okay, so try to use it.
Now we're getting into some good stuff. How does
Right?
this work?
I know.
No, what do you mean you know?
No, because girls have to figure this out. I don't think anybody reads the instructions. Girls just see this and go, how does this work?
Right.
How does this work? These are, and we have to pay for these.
You pay for those.
Guys grow up and they don't have to pay for anything extra.
No, we don't.
No.
So that goes in there.
Yes. And then you
And then what's it do
push
after that?
the pole.
What?
Yes, that's what it does. It goes in.
Like a
I can't
plunger.
believe I'm teaching a guy how to use a tampon. I want to
I grew
ask
up in
every
a-
woman out there to thank me for this.
You deserve thanks.
No, really, all women deserve thanks and praise for the fact that we have to figure this out ourselves, and you're looking at it confused.
Like the sticky bra.
You have to stick it up you and pump this
What?
out. Yes, you've never seen. Welcome to married life. You're about to see a girl insert one of those and use them, I promise you. And she's going to tell you, shut up, when she's angry.
Betsy, this is amazing.
It's amazing, right? What an invention.
It can't go back, right?
No, not really. But
No.
after someone touches it, would you really use it?
Oh, right, right.
You know what I mean?
Whoa. All right, I didn't know that.
Damn.
Okay, interesting.
So you see,
I'm 2 for 2.
tell your girlfriend I taught you something, and now
Uh-huh.
you be more sensitive towards women when they're on their period because they have to deal with this. Mm-hmm. Right?
Okay. All right, I'm ready. Let's keep it going.
Do you want to care? Okay, here's another one.
How many are there?
There's just one more.
All right, well, I'm 2 for 2.
Okay, let's guess what that is.
Oh boy. Huh. It's heavy. Mm-hmm. Does it? No. This. Wow, I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind here. And these are all like women's related products?
No, that's not a woman. That's just an item that you can guess. It's just an item.
Okay, got it. Oh, I'm stumped on this one.
Well, listen, I'll give you a hint.
Okay, give me a hint.
It's something you're going to have to call upon and you're going to need when you piss your girlfriend off when she's on her period.
Is this the number to
It
Domino's?
sits on your shoulder.
What?
Yeah.
Sits on my shoulder.
It's invisible.
Oh, wait. No, you're confusing me even more.
It's
I want
an
to go back to the
angel.
tampon.
It's an angel.
Angel.
You're going to need to call upon an angel for your saving grace.
You know, I take it back, Betsy. You are crazy.
I just threw something in there. But literally, you're going to be like, oh, God.
Hold on, let me see this. What's going on
It's
here?
just a stone statue, but I just wanted to throw you off.
Can I keep the bandana?
You can have the bandana if you want.
Okay.
Isn't it a great bandana?
Yeah.
I tie bandanas around my head and make bows out of them.
Oh, yeah. This was tough.
Yeah, that was tough, but
So you're saying a man needs this to deal with his spouse?
a man needs an angel.
Man needs
Sometimes when you piss a girl off. Have you ever pissed a girl off?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
yeah,
I told
okay.
you about the Star Wars.
Now, when you live with someone and you piss them off and you have to sleep next to them for the rest of your life, what do you think you're going to need?
I'm going to need this.
You're going to need faith that something's going to save you.
If you were going to say you need the My Pillow guy, I was going to be very, very concerned. You were surprised I got the sticky bra.
I was surprised you got all of it. Yeah, the sticky bra I was blown away by. Blown away.
I think if someone grew up with sisters, they would know that.
The sticky bra thing? Yeah, because you would probably see them all over the house.
I grew up in a house of all boys.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about females till like college and
Yeah.
movies. So I was behind, but I knew people who had sisters and stuff were like way more advanced than I was socially.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
They knew like girls were different subjectively and they could talk to them a little easier. Just they had girl experience.
Yeah, and they
All
know how
mine.
difficult we can
Right.
be when we're on our period.
They knew it was a different sort of realm.
Yeah.
Me, all I knew was what I saw from 90210, Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place. That's all I knew.
Well, at least they had the show to help you out. I want to thank
this
you
going?
for being here with
Thanks,
me
Betsy.
today. And I'm so glad you came and did my podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
I'm ready.
Of course. Yeah. And do you have anything that you want to, your social media links, where we can find you, YouTube?
Oh, yeah. My social media is at Patrick Ramirez Comedy. And my YouTube channel is up. There's shows going up there. And my stand-up and then my podcast shows are up there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, check out the episode of his podcast with me. in
You're on one. You
it.
got to come back. We got to discuss some more of this women's stuff.
Well, if you get engaged, if you move forward,
Oh, boy.
I would love to come back and talk about wedding planning.
Jeez. Do you end every episode with another ultimatum like that?
The ultimatum. God, that show's crazy. We should talk about that show and break down that season.
I'm in.
Whoo.
A